Well, that was completely unnecessary. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst action movie remakes. For this list, we're looking at the most disappointing, unnecessary remakes of action films. We're being liberal with the term action here, including some movies categorized as thrillers or science fiction that have a significant focus on action. However, we are excluding reboots such as The Mummy and Conan the Barbarian. Number 10. Death Race. Despite director Paul W.S. Anderson claiming it to be a prequel of sorts, a large majority consider Death Race to be a remake of the 1975 cult classic Death Race 2000.
What'd you expect? Another pretty face?
The movie stars a number of notable performers, including action star Jason Statham and acclaimed Deadwood alum Ian McShane. But despite the talent on hand, Death Race tends to fall flat more than it succeeds.
Look on the bright side. Everyone loves a comeback.
This remake completely abandoned the goofy humor of the original and presented viewers with a loud action movie akin to The Fast and the Furious. It was fine for what it was, but it falls flat when compared to the original.
Now that's entertainment.
Number 9. Brick Mansions. Brick Mansions was Paul Walker's second to last movie, and that's about all it'll be remembered for.
Come on now, why the hate?
This is an American remake of a French movie called District 13, which is well known for its stellar parkour stunts. And while Brick Mansions tries to replicate its success, it often fails due to choppy editing that makes the stunts appear far more artificial and generic.
This is a really bad idea.
The plot is also paper thin and the dialogue painfully cliche.
I should have killed Tremaine when I had the chance.
Shut up.
If you want to see parkour done right, watch District 13. It's exciting, well-filmed, and inventive. The remake is nothing but a generic action movie, and a poor one at that. Number 8. Oldboy. Oldboy really should have worked.
Unfortunately, it didn't work. He's still alive. We're going to have to try something else.
It was directed by Spike Lee, starred the usually reliable Josh Brolin, and was a remake of an acclaimed Korean movie that was well known for its violence and shocking plot twist. The ingredients were there, but Oldboy completely squandered its potential.
I'm sorry.
It was a bland version of an otherwise unique and original film, and many critics agreed that its violence was gruesome simply for shock value, and that it added nothing to the themes or mood of the movie. It was just another revenge flick, and had no reason for existing.
I want you to look at every deed, word, and thought in the course of your miserable existence.
Number 7. Robocop.
Robo, excuse me, Robo. Any special message for all the kids watching at home?
Stay out of trouble.
Robocop is the quintessential 80s movie. It is corny, it is over the top, and it is terrifically violent. And it really should have stayed in the 80s. The 2014 remake certainly wasn't a horrible movie, as it had numerous things going for it, including some convincing performances, especially from the always terrific Gary Oldman, a thematic update for a new generation, and a slick sense of style.
This, my friends, is the future of American justice.
That being said, it completely abandoned the satire of the original and significantly toned down the violence for mass market appeal. It was a teen-oriented action flick that lost much of what made Robocop so unique and special.
Take this off me now.
You need to relax.
I need to get out of this thing.
What did you do to me? What have you done to me?
Number 6. Clash of the Titans.
From that moment, I knew that I would do anything for you.
Cash grab movies are bad enough. Cash grab movies with tacked-on 3D are even worse. Despite the talent on hand, including stars like Liam Neeson and Ralph Fiennes, all the performances are extremely hammy, and the script is so bad it's an insult to both Greek mythology and basic storytelling.
You have insulted powers beyond your comprehension.
And while the CGI was exceptional, the horrible 3D conversion extinguished any sense of excitement that the action scenes could muster. Greek mythology is rife with fantastic stories, and Clash of the Titans could have been Hollywood's next epic. Instead, it was just epically awful.
I don't know why I was born.
Number 5. Total Recall. The original Total Recall is a science fiction classic, full of interesting ideas, resplendent visuals, and Arnie himself hamming it up. On the other hand, the remake doesn't do anything new, and relies solely on its admittedly beautiful visuals. In other words, it is all style and no substance.
You're just trying to make me feel bad.
The action is boring and cliched, the characters are bland, and it takes itself far too seriously for its own good, which greatly upset the fans of the campy original.
If I'm not me, then who the hell am I?
It's nothing but a generic action movie in pretty clothing, but by 2012, audiences expected more.
You're married? It's safe to say we're separated.
Number 4, Bangkok Dangerous. The original Bangkok Dangerous was certainly no masterpiece, but it looks like Citizen Kane next to this.
Congratulations.
This remake stars Nicolas Cage and was released in 2008, at a time when Cage's reputation was going downhill. And he did nothing to stymie that reputation here.
When the nightmare becomes real, you don't hesitate, you don't think, you just run.
The film was totally lambasted by critics, earning a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 24 on Metacritic, with critics lamenting its slow pace, stale story, and awful performances, particularly that of Cage himself. Maybe remaking such a mediocre movie wasn't a good idea? Number 3, Point Break. Everyone knows Point Break is a classic that shouldn't be meddled with. Just ask Danny Butterman in Hot Fuzz. It featured some spectacular action sequences and an unforgettable climax. But the 2015 remake takes what worked in the original, the extreme sports angle, and eliminates basically everything else.
Criminal masterminds. They're just kids partying away their lives on our freaks' time.
It's humorless and largely bereft of story or character development.
It's Utah. Utah.
What's up, man?
Where did you come from?
I've been on Mars, man. I've been on Mars. Please.
It's basically nothing but overblown sequences of extreme sports, and plays like a big-budgeted highlight reel rather than a coherent movie. Just watch an extreme sports compilation and save yourself a few hours. Number 2, Red Dawn. In 1984, Cold War tensions were still high, so it made sense that someone would make a movie about a Russian invasion and American patriotism. However, the Cold War was long over by 2012, so the minds behind this remake decided to replace the Russians with North Koreans.
North Korea? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, there is a bigger picture here. They had to have had help.
In this movie, North Korea's military invades the United States, lands in Spokane, Washington, and battles a high school football team with machine guns.
Wolverine!
Ludicrous storyline aside, Red Dawn also forgoes any semblance of character development and features some awful acting and dialogue.
When I was overseas, we were the good guys. We enforced order. Well, now, we're the bad guys, and we create chaos.
No matter how you approach it, Red Dawn is a mess. I just thought of another list idea. Top 10 action movies they should never even consider remaking. Die Hard, Lethal Weapon. I would have put a few of the films from this list on there too, to be honest. I wouldn't necessarily have put number 1 there, but it is a terrible remake nonetheless. Let's check out some dishonorable mentions, and then we'll find out what tops the list.
Hey!
Look! Cop car! Uh-huh. Long as I'm in here, you're just gonna sit out there, aren't you? Aight?
Sorry, Mr. Carter. You're not on the list.
Nobody likes the list guy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Rollerball. Rollerball is arguably one of the worst movies of the 2000s, let alone the worst remake of a notable action movie. The original Rollerball was both a highly intense sports action movie hybrid and a relevant commentary on powerful corporations and individualism. As the chairman of Energy Corporation states, the game holds a distinct social purpose.
Jonathan, let's think this through together.
You know, how a game serves us. Has a definite social purpose.
The remake completely does away with any modicum of social commentary in favor of a loud, brash, frenetic spectacle that's both poorly constructed and entirely pointless.
I mean, the band can sure smell it. The audience can feel it coming. Cross is going over the top. And if the officials would quit playing games down there.
It might be a fun time if it was cut down to a 4-minute clip and paired with some rock music or something. But as a film, it is an embarrassment.
Yeah!
This may be getting out of hand. Maybe we should call the whole thing off.
No.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.